हरि ओम। ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री हिरण्यगर्भाय नमः। ओम श्री महाविष्णवे नमः। ओम श्री महादेवाय नमः। ओम श्री महादुर्गायै नमः। ओम श्री राम रामाय नमः। ओम सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। ओम गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। भवानी शङ्करौ वन्दे श्रद्धाविश्वासरूपिणौ याभ्यां विना न पश्यन्ते सिद्धाः स्वान्तस्तमीश्वरम्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताया पतये नमः। बुद्धिर्बलं यशोधैर्यं निर्भयत्वमरोगताम् अजाड्यं वाक्पटुत्वं च हनुमत्स्मरणात् भवेत्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ नमः शिवाय 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 ॐ नमः शिवाय। नमः पार्वतीपतये हर हर महादेव। हरि ओम हरि ओम। विशाल चांद शांति मंत्र। ओम पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So this Upanishad talks about the Supreme Self. It revealed the nature of that Supreme Self, and it also shows us the path of karma and upasana. So one who follows this path of karma and upasana, karma yoga and upasana, will be able to purify his mind and will develop that jnana and can approach the teacher and gain that self-knowledge. But if one has not gained that self-knowledge and one is pursuing this path of karma and upasana and want to attain that moksha, we can pray to Ishvara to reveal himself. Moksha is when we understand our own self as Ishvara, but that self is as though hidden. Ishvara is as though hidden. So we pray to Ishvara to reveal himself. So Hiranmayena Patrena Satyasya Pihitam Mukham. Like that the Upasak prays. And by the blessings of Ishvara, one can gain self-knowledge and become free while living in this world. But if one has not gained that self-knowledge and is about to depart from this world, then even at the time of death, we can pray for moksha or we can pray for sadgati. So here in this last two verses, two mantras, the Upanishad is revealing the prayer of a dying sadhak, a upasak, that he prays that Vayur Anilam Amrutam Athedam Bhasmantagam Shariram Om Kratosmara Kratagam Smara Kratosmara Kratagam Smara. That may this Vayu, which is keeping me alive, which is part of that total Vayu, become one with that totality. And may this body, which has been my adhishthan, which has helped me in my karma, may this body get burnt into fire. And O mind, krataha, mind, O mind, smara, remember. Remember all the karmas and upasanas which you have done throughout your life, offering them to Ishvara. So remember these good deeds. Don't think of anything negative, anything passive, but remember all these good deeds which you have done. So Kritam Smara, all the deeds, good deeds, you remember. Krato Smara, Kritagam Smara. Like that is telling the mind also to remain positive and think about all that good means. Think of Ishvara and that all these karmas which were dedicated to Ishvara. So remember that Ishvara and that Sharanagata Bhav with Ishvara. But once we leave this body, we get the result according to our karma, according to our upasana, according to our jnana, according to Bhagwan's blessings. So here again in this last mantra, the seeker is praying that once I leave this body, may I go on the right path, on the better path, and attain moksha. So it's a very beautiful prayer. So let us chant. Verse number, mantra number 18. अग्ने नय सुपथाराये अस्मान् विश्वानि देव वयुनानि विद्वान् युयोध्यस्मज्जुहुराणमेनो भूयिष्ठां ते नम उक्तिं विधेम. Again. अग्ने नय सुपथाराये अस्मान् विश्वानि देव वयुनानि विद्वान् युयोध्यस्मज्जुहुराणमेनो भूयिष्ठां ते नम उक्तिं विधेम. So here the seeker who is on his death, here the seeker who is on his deathbed is praying. When we die, then the Agni Devata takes the jiva to its appropriate gati. So here the dying sadhak is praying to that Agni Devata कि हे अग्नि, ओ अग्नि देवता, नय सुपथाराये, that please lead me on the better path. Naya gamaya supatha shobhanena margena. What is a better path? See, there are these two main paths which a jiva takes after death, which we have seen in the Bhagavad Gita also, 8th chapter, the Dakshinayan Marga and Uttarayan Marga. The Dakshinayan Marga, through that Dakshinayan Marga, when the jiva goes to world, higher world, and after experiencing the result of papa and punya, again comes back into this world, into this Martya Loka. But there is another path called Uttarayan. If a jiva goes by that path, he goes to a higher world, and by the blessings of Brahmaji, the creator, he gains knowledge and thereafter gains moksha. So he is not born again in this world. So that is called Uttarayan Marga. But generally, jivas go through this Dakshinayan Marga because it is the result of our karma, upasana. But if we have done higher upasana, like upasana on Hiranyagarbha or Vaishvanara upasana, then we can go on Uttarayan Marga and will attain that Brahma Loka, where Brahmaji himself imparts self-knowledge and the jiva becomes liberated. So here the seeker is praying sincerely to the Agni Devata that please take me from this Uttarayan Marga. So Naya Supatha. Here Shankaracharya ji writes why he is praying for this Uttarayan Marga. Supatha iti Visheshanam Dakshina Marga Nivrityartham Nirvinnoham Dakshinena Margena. He says, I am tired of the Dakshina Marga, going to higher world and again coming back, then again going, then again coming back. Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam, Punarapi Janani Jathare Shayanam. He says, I am very tired of this. I am fed up with this samsara. Keep on coming and getting involved with the world. Something or other keeps happening in the world. World is full of all of happenings only. Now, at present, pandemic is the main thing. But later on, if we are born again, something else will be there. So the world will continue to have something or other because this is a Martya Loka, it's a world of mortality. And Karma Bhumi, we come here to perform karma. So we are again and again we come into this world. So the seeker is praying sincerely that I have had enough of this Dakshinayan Marga. I want to go on this Uttarayan Marga. Hmm. We have seen these upasanas in while studying Bhagavad Gita, so you have to remember all that we studied in the past also. So nirvinnoham dakshinena margena gatagata lakshanena atah yache tvam punaha gamana varjitena shobhanena patha naya. Therefore, lead me from this Uttara and Marga. See, in this modern times, we are living in this Kali Yuga. The whole thing is our whole life is not tuned to the Vedic our culture, our Sanatan Dharma. It is not totally tuned. So a lot of things we either we don't understand or we don't get the benefit of it. Our birth as well as our death is totally in a very confused state actually at present. See, when we begin our any ritual or any important work, like even this pravachan, we begin with chanting mantras and praying to Bhagwan. So we begin with a prayer and we conclude with a prayer. Similarly, the Shastras say you should begin your day with a prayer and conclude your day with a prayer. Because our day is a representation of our whole life. But also, our life should begin with a prayer and conclude with a prayer. At present, the life is born, we are born in a hospital and we die in a hospital. The child who is born is in a very dramatic place with all the doctors, nurses, light, sound, and with all these things, with artificial equipments, the child comes into this world. Many times the doctor suggests what you call unnatural thing only to some cesarean and or some other thing like. Though taking birth is the most natural thing. Except human being, you find all creatures, they are born in a very natural way. Human beings can also be born in a natural way. But no, at present the whole thing is taken over by the medical profession and other professions. So the birth is quite dramatic. And once before that person is born, he is already on the Facebook also. Some people immediately post and all those things happen in the modern times. And the death also becomes quite dramatic. Whole life we live at home, then in our office, spend our whole life together with our family, our friends. But as we near our death, then immediately we are rushed to the hospital, and everyone is trying their level best to keep us alive. And I have lived my life and I want to depart peacefully, gracefully, but everyone is busy keeping me alive. It is like somebody want to catch a train and want to depart, that first the family members try to stop him. Then they contact the people on the platform that don't allow this fellow to board the train. And somehow everyone tries, and when he succeeds, everyone feels sad that he has succeeded to depart. Similarly, after living in this world gracefully, we should also gracefully depart from this world. Hmm? So that is what is being said here. And that is very important because generally we get scared talking about death. Talking about life, we are not so scared. If suppose somebody is expecting a child and all, we talk, "Arey, you're pregnant and all those things. When is the date given by the doctor and all?" But when a person is about to die, we don't talk about it. We don't say, "Oh, what date is given by the doctor for you to depart and all." Nothing like that. We just keep on talking about life, keep on talking about living, keep on talking about extending our life. Everyone is trying to prevent that life from going. And when it goes, finally, we feel a great sense of defeat. We not only ourselves feel defeated, oh, I could not save that person, but we also superimpose this idea of defeat on that person. That person, he fought his level best, and but he was defeated by death. So here the scripture is telling that you should come into this world gracefully with a prayer. That was the system in our culture. Birth was always happening in the house only. Hmm. Even we have that great masters and all. Even Shankaracharya was born in his house and depart from the house. So here the seeker is praying sincerely कि हे अग्नि कि नया सुपथा आ रहा है. When I depart from this body, please take me from the proper path. Huh? See, when a person is departing through the train or plane, he is thinking about his next thing. Like if he is going by train and all, he is already planning that oh, on what station he should get down and on the way what he should do and all those things. He is already planning. Even on a flight, a person is already planning. After saying bye bye to his family members, he is planning. Okay, I have to get a proper seat. Uh, Whether I should take aisle seat or a window seat, and then what I should order on the flight, and after landing, how I should reach my destination. I should inform my friends to pick me up. So, all these things. Similarly, here, when I have lived my whole life in this world, I should also plan my departure and what is my future program after death. What is my future plan? Are you planning to come back to Karol Bagh? Or are you planning to go to some higher world and again come back to Lajpat Nagar? Or you're planning to go to Brahmalok and then from there only gain moksha? Or you're planning sincerely to just remember Ishvara and while dying itself gain moksha? As in the 8th chapter, Bhagwan had said that even at the time of death, we can attain moksha. Because that is like a meditation, natural meditation. It happens, one becomes detached from the body, one becomes detached from everything, from the world. So it's the best opportunity to attain moksha if one makes full use of this. So here the seeker is making full use of it, and he is saying that Agni Naya Supatha Raye. Because once we leave this body, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether we leave the body in Delhi or Gangotri or Yamunotri or this. Once we leave the body, it is same for everyone. Then we have to just not ask for direction in this world. It is a different path, a different world. Hmm? When we take a flight and fly, we don't tell the pilot, "Oh, take my plane from this road or that road." Road and all doesn't make any sense. The flight has got its own path. Similarly, once we die, Our paths are different. It doesn't matter whether we die in the home or hospital or in holy places or in some other places or in a better time or worse time, because our karma will determine our future gati. Our karma yatha shrutam, the scripture says. So Agne Naya Supata Raye, you take me from this Supata, good path, Uttarayan. For what? What's your plan? He says Raye, to experience the result of my karma. Huh? Dhanaya karma phala bhogaya ityartha. To experience the result of my karma, you take me from this Uttarayan Marga. Hmm? Because you know everything. O Agni Devata, you know, you have been witness to all my karma. You have been there right from my birth till my death. Every action every action you do, it is blessed by the energy which we get from fire. So even as long as we are alive, our body is also hot, warm. Once we depart, the body becomes cold. Agni is not there then to witness. So Agni is there throughout our life, witnessing every action, everything, every thought. So here the seeker is addressing that Agni, Asmani Yathokta Dharma Phala Vishishtan Vishwani Sarvani He Deva Vayunani Karmani Prajnanani Va Vidwan Janan, that you know all my karmas. Hmm? All the karmas we have, what I have done, you are the knower of all these karmas. Hmm? Therefore, I am requesting you that please take me from this Uttarayan Marga. So this is the prayer is there. But what about all your papa which you have committed? I have seen Agni Devta may tell that I have seen you committing lot of papa. When nobody is watching, you were doing all sorts of sin. But you were not aware, but I was watching you. I was always there, looking at you, watching what you are doing, what you are thinking, what you are feeling. What about all those sins which you have committed? And you want to go on the Uttarayan Marga? Says, please, Agni Devata, Yuyodhyasmat Juhuranami, no, that please destroy all this Papa Karma. You have the power. You destroy this. Yuyodhi, Vyojaya, Vinashaya, Asmattaha, Juhuranam, Kutilam, Vanchanatmakamena, Papam, all these negative actions which I have done, knowingly, unknowingly, out of whatever pressure due to karma and krodha and all. So please destroy those papa. उसको आप नेगेट कर लो, उसको माफ कर लो. But you have to do something for me. He says, at this time I can't do anything for you except do namaskar to you. See, namaskar is also a seva if it is done sincerely. When we do namaskar to the any devata or anyone, it is like we are expressing our gratitude. It is like a seva only. So here the seeker sadhak is saying that, O Agni Devata, ki bhuishtam te nama uktim videma, that I am doing again and again namaskar to you. Shankaracharya ji writes कि किंतु वयम इदानीम ते न शक्नुम परिचर्याम कर्तुम. At this time I can't do any seva of you. Therefore, भूयिष्ठां बहुतरां ते तुभ्यं नम उक्तिं नमस्कार वचनं विधेम नमस्कारेण परिचरेम इत्यर्थः. Therefore, I am doing namaskar to you again and again, and through my namaskar, I am doing your seva. So please accept this seva from me of namaskar and grant me this Uttarayan Marga and destroy all my papa. So this dying person is praying sincerely for his future journey. See, sometimes again to give the example of our travel, especially by train and all, sometimes we get RAC. Our ticket is not, our seat is not confirmed. We just get a RAC. huh? So we, as soon as we, or before the train is departing, we check, we contact the TT and request that person, ki, please give me a confirmed seat. I can't stand and go, or I can't. It is very difficult for me and all. No doubt I should have bought this ticket in advance, but what to do? I had to go for my nephew's wedding and all, and I got involved there. So please give me a confirmed seat. I do namaskar to you. So if the TT is kind and if there is space, then he gives you the seat. Similarly, here the person who has led his whole life performing good and bad karmas also, but at the last moment he is praying sincerely that, hey Agni Devta, finally you will be coming with me. All my family members, my relatives, friends, they will come only to a particular point. Hmm. Yavat pavano nivasati dehe tavat pruchati kushalam gehe gatavati vayo deha paye bharya bibhyati tasmin kaye. Once the life goes away, even the wife also is scared of that dead body. And nowadays people are so scared because of this pandemic and all, they say goodbye from a distance only. So when we depart from this world, only Agni Devta will be there accompanying us. Hmm. He will be accompanying us. Huh? Like the song is there, huh? Old song. वहां हाथी न घोड़ा है, वहां पैदल ही जाना है. After death, we can't carry our ambassadors, our cars, our vehicles. But Agni Devta is there. He will accompany because he is the only witness. A lot of other witnesses are there, but he is there throughout our life. So we request Agni Devata. Therefore, we should, while alive, we should develop this rapport with all these devatas. Yeah. Many people they just brush them aside. They say, "Oh, all this devta worship and all is for a lesser type of seekers and all. I am a very great Vedanti. I will only meditate on Brahma, Aham Brahmasmi and all." That is not proper. That is not what the Shastras teach us. Shastras say you should have proper due respect for all these devatas and everyone. That's what the Upanishad has taught us. So one should develop that proper rapport with Agni Devta and other Devtas also. So every day when we pray, when we light a lamp, then first we should do Namaskar to that Agni Devta. In the puja also, first the lamp is lit and the Namaskar is offered to that Agni Devata. Even the first mantra of Rig Veda is addressed to Agni Devata. Hmm. So here the one should learn to pray, and also it might be little frightening, but also we should meditate uh, on our death meditation. Hmm. Means one should just have this prayer in our heart and pray, especially before going to sleep. We just pray and we conclude the old days, our whatever work and all, pray and then go to sleep. If we wake up next morning, it is Bhagwan's gift. Again, you lead a very good life, have a wonderful day, do your sadhana, do your seva, and again, when we go to sleep, you pray to Bhagwan. Hmm. So that prayer should be there in our heart. Then when the time comes, we will not be taken by surprise. It will not be a surprising thing for us because we know that we have lived our life gracefully, and we know that if now I have to depart, I should depart also gracefully. Hmm. So that also one has to practice and get in tune with that. Hmm. Just like sometimes people have in, before getting married also, they have this practice session. Especially, I think that Christian marriage and all, they have rehearsals that they practice. The father practices walking with the daughter uh, towards the aisle and all those things. Similarly, one should practice once in a while. If every day is frightening, then once in a while, just imagine that you are departing from this world. So just pray that let my Vayu become one with the total Vayu. Let this body be burnt into the fire and let all the five elements become one with the five elements. And oh, my mind, remember all the good deeds. Don't keep on thinking about negative things. Everyone in their life have done something negative, but don't have to think about all those. Think about all the good deeds and think about Ishvara, think about Ishvara Sharanagati, and pray to that Agni Devata that if I depart from this world, then take me from that Uttarayana Marga. Don't have to worry. When the time comes, we depart. If just by this practicing, that doesn't mean one will depart. Because our life and death is all predestined. Hmm. लाभ हानि जीवन मरण यश अपयश विधि हाथ. In Ramayana also, Tulsidas ji say everything, labh, hani, yasha, apayasha and all, janma, marana is in the hands of that Brahma ji. So, yodhyasma juhuranameno bhuishtham te namo uktim vidhema. Also, when we wake up in the morning, we should meditate on our birth meditation and death meditation. Ah, and throughout our day, we lead a very sattvic and a wonderful life. So, if we practice this, our whole life will get tuned to Ishvara. Then, for us, life and death will have no fear or no significance. Because whether I am alive or whether I am dead, I am tuned to Ishvara only. It's like let us say, you are watching some program on television and you are wearing your dress, or while watching, you remove all your dress and throw it away. So your connection with that program is always there, whether you are wearing the dress or you have removed the dress. Similarly, if I am connected to Ishvara, then it doesn't matter whether I am in the body or when the body is dropped. My connection with Ishvara doesn't depend on the body. It doesn't depend on our mind also, because the connection is of the self. So that is what we have to achieve through our study of the Shastra and through our sadhana. So thus concludes this Upanishad with this 18th chapter, 18th mantra. But we will just briefly summarize the whole Upanishad. Okay, it begins with a beautiful prayer, Shanti mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. This Upanishad is from Shukla Yajurved, and Shukla Yajurved Shanti mantra is this Purnamada. It says that that is Purna and this is also Purna. Purna is another name of Brahma, our own supreme self. It is complete. So this world which you see is that Brahma only, and the cause of this world is also Brahma. Just as when we look at this pot, we say that the cause of this pot is clay, and the clay itself has become a pot. So now this is a clay pot. So when we refer to this means this pot, and that means clay. So according to this mantra, we can say that is clay, means the cause is clay, and this pot which we see is also clay. Similarly, the mantra says that that is Brahma, which is the cause of this world is Brahma. But this world which we see right in front of us is also Brahma. World is not mithya. World is not an illusion. World is not like a snake on a rope. World is like a pot, clay pot, where clay is Brahma and the world is like a pot. There is a cause and effect relationship between the world and Brahma. Snake and rope doesn't have cause and effect relationship. Snake exists in our head and rope is out there. But here the world is Brahma, and the cause of this world is also Brahma. And from that Brahma alone this world has come. But now we are not seeing that Brahma. We only notice this world. So through our sadhana, we should take away that Brahma, means understand that Brahma as our own self. So when you take out that Brahma from this world, then what will remain? That Brahma alone will remain. When you take out all this clay from this, what will remain? Clay alone will remain. Hmm. The teacher asked the child that if I give you one laddu and then again I give you two laddus, how many laddus you will have? The child said four laddus. The teacher asked how? The child said, I have one laddu in my pocket already. So you will give me three, so that will make me four. Similarly, when we remove this Brahma from this world, then what will remain? Don't say nothing will remain. Say Brahma will remain, because you will remain. You are that Brahma. I am that Brahma. So when Purna is removed from Purna. Means that Brahma is removed from this world. Means when we shift our attention from the effect to the cause and understand that cause as my own self, then the self alone will remain. Purnameva avashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Then the first mantra of this Upanishad gives advice to those who have gained self-knowledge to practice Nididhyasan. And what is this practice of Nididhyasan? To look at this whole world as Brahma, to look at this whole world as Ishvara. Ishvara is another name of Brahma only. So Ishavasya sarvam yat kincha jagatyam jagat. Practice taking out that Brahma from this world by seeing that Brahma alone. Means when looking at the pot, you should practice only seeing the clay. Similarly, when looking at this world, practice seeing and understanding only Brahma as that Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. That is the practice of Nididhyasan, which was revealed in the first mantra. But if one has not gained that self knowledge, then one should follow the path of karma. So, kurvan neveha karmani jijivishet shatagam samaha. So, performing karma according to our varna and ashram, when we live in this world, offering that karma to Ishvara, then that is the best way of living in this world. By that, we will not incur any sin. But those who don't gain self knowledge and don't follow the path of karma yoga or dharma also, such people they destroy their own self while living and they go into lower world when they die. They have durgati. They are not allowed neither on the Uttarayan Marga nor on the Dakshinayan Marga. There is a durgati for them. So that is what is said. कि असुर्या नाम ते लोकाः अंधेन तमसा वृताः तांस्ते प्रेत्याभिगच्छन्ति ये के च आत्महनो जनाः. Thereafter, in the following mantras, from mantra number 4, the Upanishad revealed the nature of this Ishvara, nature of this Atma. What is this Atma you are talking about? अनेजदेकं मनसो जवीयः नैनद्देवाप्नुवन् पूर्वमर्षत तद्धावतोऽन्यानत्येति तिष्ठत तस्मिन्नपो मातरिश्वा दधाति. That Atma is that which doesn't change its nature, but Atma alone is expressing at this world. So with respect to the upadhis of the mana indriyas, the Atma appears to be moving. So even when the mind is moving very fast, before the mind reaches the destination, Atma is already there because it is all pervading. And in the presence of the Atma only, all the devatas they perform their respective work. Those work are given to them by this Atma Tattva only. So it moves, it doesn't move. For an ignorant person, the Atma is very far away, but for a wise person, is very close also because it is his own self. So one who recognizes this Atma, one who gains self-knowledge and does this sadhana of Nididhyasan, such a person gains Sarvatma Bhav. Means he understands the whole world as my own self, that the whole world is present in me and I am present in this world. That is called Sarvatma Bhav. And only when we gain Sarvatma Bhav, our our self knowledge is complete. The realization is complete. Only with Sarvatma Bhav one gains moksha. And Sarvatma Bhav is to know the whole world as our own self. Therefore, this world is not a mithya because you don't say the mithya is myself. You don't say the snake is myself. The snake which is appearing on the rope, you meditate on that snake as your own self. That is not what is. You can meditate on the pot as yourself. Means the clay can meditate on the pot as my own self. Because the pot is not different from clay. Similarly, the world is not different from me. So yastu sarvani bhutani atmani eva anupashyate sarvabhuteshu chatmanam tato na vijugupsate. And one who gains this sarvatma bhav thereafter doesn't hate anyone. For one whom the whole world has become his own self, then there remains no confusion. Tatra ko moha ka shokaha becomes free of shok and moha. Means become free of samsara. So that self by itself, without the upadhis, is indicated as all pervading, as ever pure, of the nature of light, means pure Chaitanya Swarupa, free from the gross body, subtle body, causal body, is all knowing, is the master of the mind, exists in this world and also exists transcending this world. Hmm. And it has given the appropriate karma to all the devatas, the prajapatis. Then the Upanishad talked about the path of karma, saying that karma and devta jnana should be done together. When we perform karma offering to the devatas, we should recognize those devatas. Just as now I said, the Agni Devata. Develop that rapport with Agni Devata. Don't consider it as a inert jada thing. It's a Devata. Develop that rapport with Agni Devata and offer your karma to Agni Devata, Vayu Devata, and Jala Devata, Prithvi Devata, Surya Devata, Chandrama. All these are expression of that one Ishvara. So don't think that Agni Devata is lesser than Ishvara. Ishvara alone is expressing through Agni, through Vayu, through Surya, Chandra. Hmm. So through these Devatas we are connecting to Ishvara alone. We are connecting to Ishvara alone. So understanding the Devata Jnana, one should do karma together. Thereafter, the Upanishad talks about doing the upasana of the manifest as well as unmanifest together. So when it is done together, we get maximum proper spiritual result. Hmm? So through karma yoga and devta jnana, we can gain chitta shuddhi. And if we die, we go to the higher world. And through upasana of Vyakta and Vector, we gain the various uh, Aishwarya and powers. And also, once we die, we go again that Prakriti Laya. And from there, by Bhagwan's grace, we can gain moksha. And this Upasak and the Karma Yogis, they can pray while alive to Ishvara to reveal his identity to us, to give us that self knowledge. While alive, give us that self knowledge. So, Hiranmayena Patrena Satyasyapi Hitam Mukam. So, addressing Ishvara as that Surya, that your face is hidden by as though by a golden lid. So, please open, reveal yourself to me. I want to see you. हाँ, पूषण एकर से यम सूर्य प्राजापत्य व्यूह रश्मिन समूह तेज ओ सूर्य भगवान you withdraw your rays and restrain your brilliance so that I can see your face. And by Bhagwan's grace, we can see Bhagwan's face means we can recognize that Ishvara is our own self. So yatte rupam kalyanatamam tatte pashyami yo asau vasau purushah soham asmi. So that Purusha who is there in the Surya and the Purusha in me are one. So that Purusha am I. So Aham Asmi. And a dying sadhak can also pray just at the time of death that may this Vayu which has kept me alive, which is the total Vayu, may this Vayu become one with the total Vayu. May my body get burnt into fire. Hmm. Means one should develop the total detachment from the body. No doubt we have used it for a long time, one gets attached to it, but now that we are departing, again offer it back to nature. We have taken it from these five elements, so offer it back to five elements. Just as when we hire a vehicle, let us say, and we travel, go for Char Dham Yatra and all. But after completing our journey, we hand over the vehicle to the owner. We say, thank you, your vehicle was very helpful. Now you take it back. Similarly, this body is a vehicle given to us by nature, the five elements. So once before we depart, we hand over it very nicely, gracefully to fire only. Then fire gives it to all the other elements also. So air, water, earth, space, they reclaim the body. And may my mind think about all the good deeds which I have done in my life. Remember Ishvara. And then again pray to Agni, that, oh Agni Devata, once I depart from this body, lead me from Uttarayan Marga. Because you know all my deeds, you know all my karma, you are all knowing. And all my negative papa karma, you destroy them. And I am offering my services in the form of namaskar to you. I can't do any other seva now. So bhuishtham te namo uktim videma. Again and again I am doing namaskar to you. Accept this namaskar as my seva of you. So thus conclude this very beautiful Upanishad, Ishavasya Upanishad. So I request all of you to listen to this pravachan again and revise this again and again. Otherwise, it gets lost. However much you study, if it gets lost, if you don't remember, then there is no use. So you refer to this again and again, and it's a small book, this Shankaracharya's commentary. You just read it again and again. Read the translation. Because all that I gave this pravachan was based on this only. So keep reading the translation, then you will remember all the pravachan also. Okay, so we'll conclude here by offering this to Bhagwan. कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि. Om Tat Sat Brahmarpanam Bhavatu Swaha. We have concluded this beautiful Upanishad. Now we will, from next class, we will begin with another Upanishad, and that is Kena Upanishad. Kena Upanishad. See, these are the 10 main Upanishads. Isha Kena Katha Prashna Munda Mandukya Tittirihi Aitariyancha Chandogyam Brihadaranyakam Tatha. So the first Upanishad is this Ishavasya Upanishad. The second Upanishad is Kena Upanishad. So we'll follow that order. So Kena Upanishad we will study. It's a very beautiful Upanishad. And you please get the books also ready with you with Shankar Bhashya. Because we will follow Shankar Bhashya to understand that Upanishad. So you buy that book also. It lot of all these things are available nowadays online. You can just order and it will be delivered to you at home. Okay. So Kena Upanishad we will study. and we will start from Monday. Okay? So till then, you take care, be happy, safe, peaceful, healthy, do your work, do your sadhana, and listen to these pravachans again and again and again. You might feel that, oh, I have understood, but if you listen again, then you will say, oh, I didn't understand this. Now it's becoming more clear. So with every time you listen, it will become more and more clear. And when it becomes clear, it will transform you. It will purify your antakarana. Because understanding itself is our path towards moksha. As you understand, you progress on this spiritual path. Okay? So we'll meet again on Monday. Hari Om. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Jaya Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Ram. बोलिए सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः. हरिः ॐ.